Hello everyone, this is Jagrati Soni from MA First Sem from Mata Jijabai Government PG College, and today I am going to give a presentation on critical analysis of sonnet 116, and it is guided by Professor Dr. Geeta Sharma ma'am. So now let's begin it. First of all, we will study some points about William Shakespeare. Shakespeare is called England's national poet. He was born on 23rd April 1564 and died on 26th April 1616. He was born at Stratford upon Avon. He belonged to the Elizabethan era and Jacobean era. He has written 37 plays, 154 sonnets and 2 long narrative poems. Here is one quote by Shakespeare. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. Means we can change our destiny by our own deeds. Now we will move to sonnet 116 and we will critically analyze these lines one by one. So now let's begin it. Analysis of sonnet 116. Quatrain 1a. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. He is saying that there is no reason why two people who truly love should not be together. Nothing should stand in their way. Perhaps he is speaking about his feelings for the unknown young man for whom the sonnet is written. Now we will move to quatrain 1b. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds or bends with the remover to remove. Shakespeare is continuing with his thought that true love conquers all. In these lines, the speaker is telling that the reader that if love changes, it is not truly love because it is if it changes or if someone tries to remove it, nothing will change it. Love does not stop just because something is altered. Now we move to quatrain 2a. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. Here Shakespeare tells his reader that love is something that does not shift, change or move. It is constant and in the same place, and it can weather even the most harrowing of storms or tempests and is never even shaken. Let me alone defeat it. While weak, it can be argued here that Shakespeare decides to personify love since it is something that is intangible and not something that can be defeated by something tangible such as a storm. Means he is comparing love by storm, and which is a tangible thing, and actually if we focus on the concept of love, then love is something which is intangible. So we can critically analyze by these lines. Now we will move to quadrant 2b. It is the star to every wandering bark whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. To Shakespeare, love is the star that guides every bark. Here bark means the ship on the water, and while it is priceless, it can be measured. These two lines are interesting and worth noting. Shakespeare concedes that love's worth is not known, but he says it can be measured. How he neglects to tell his readers, but perhaps he is assuming the reader will understand the different ways in which one can measure love through time and actions. With that thought, the second quatrain ends. Quatrain 3a. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his blending sickle's compass come. Notice the capitalization of the word time. Shakespeare is personifying time as a person, specifically death. He says that love is not the fool of time. One's rosy lips and cheeks will certainly pale with age as his blending sickle's compass come. Shakespeare's diction is important here, particularly with his use of the word sickle. Who is the person with whom the sickle is most greatly associated, that is death. We are assured here that death will certainly come, but that will not stop love. It may kill the lover, but the love itself is eternal. Quatrain 3b. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the age of doom. He is simply stating here that love does not change over the time or the course of time. Instead, it continues on even after the world has ended. Means he has used the word the age of doom. Now we will come to the couplet 1, which is the last two lines of the sonnet 116, and these are: if this be error and upon me moved, I never greet, nor no man ever loved. In this part of sonnet 116, Shakespeare is telling his reader that if someone proves he is wrong about love, then he never got the following words, and no man ever loved. He is conveying here that if his words are untrue, nothing else would exist. The words he just got would have never been written, and no man would have ever loved before. He is adamant about this, and his tough words are what strengthen the sonnet itself. The speaker and the poet himself are convinced that love is real, true, and everlasting. So, thank you for now, and have a nice day.